Hi, everyone. This is Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to a collective love reading for my twin flames. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides what is going on in this connection. What is going on with the person on your mind? What are the next moves? What are their intentions? What are the feelings? Anything spirit wants to share with me. Twin flame connections are often difficult, and sometimes we need some extra guidance from our spirit guides. So let's call on our spirit guides now. This is a fully channeled message. I will be using some charms and some initials, so that might give you some additional evidence or clues. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's newly guided here for the first time. Check out my other channels. I'll put the links in the description below, my main channel and my pick a card channel for some additional types of readings. Spirit, I call upon you for some loving messages. What is it that you have for us today for my twins? What is it that you want us to know? I am listening for you now. I've been thinking about the last time I saw you. Usually that's what happens. We kind of relive that last conversation, that last episode. If it's a fight, we keep replaying it over and over again in our heads. But what we want to do is focus on, what was working, or what could we be doing differently to change things. I'm so proud of who you have become. Okay, so a little bit of you stepped up. You've made some changes. I can see from afar the changes that you've made. Maybe they're it's almost like keeping a close eye on you. So whether it's through people, maybe they can get to your social media. Maybe you have friends in common that still let them know what's going on in your life. So, but there's a sense of keeping an eye on you. Your presence in my life gives me peace. Okay, I didn't realize how much peace and comfort I have, with you. Okay, so some of you could be together still. Some of you could be in separation with your twin. We'll keep going. Let's see. I struggle to show you how much I truly care. Sometimes twins have a difficulty with expressing themselves. Sometimes we have that runner that gets scared and says, I can't do this. This is too intense. So there is this sense of fear. Okay. This connection has been scaring me lately. It's too intense. Is how I feel. I feel tired of hiding my true feelings from you. So they're saying out of the shadows. Okay, out of the shadows. Maybe we've been hiding this connection for some reason. Out of the shadows. Maybe we've been keeping it on the QT and I didn't like that. Maybe you haven't been introducing me to friends or family, and it's making me feel like you don't want to be with me or embarrassing me somehow. But out of the shadows, I feel like, coming out of the woodwork, coming out of the closet. Something's happening with that. Let's keep going. Spirit, please share with me. I have a 4 sword. This is an extra card in this deck. It says the wilderness. Okay. I have a Lover's card. This could be my Fool card in this deck. Wilderness. Okay, I'll take that. I have an 8 of Swords, coming out of the shadows, letting go, admitting my feelings. If that's, this feeling of whatever's been holding me back, whatever I have, putting this connection on hold with that 4 swords, kind of waiting to see, healing energy, coming out. Okay, maybe you are pulling out of them the truth, pulling out of them their real feelings, pulling out of them there's nothing to be afraid of. I feel the same way. And we can get through this together energy. So I feel like your person is realizing that, not only realizing their feelings, but I don't think we talk in terms of you're my twin flame. I don't think that that's how people talk. You may be feeling that way, but we could be saying things like, yeah, I feel like we're supposed to be together. I feel like it's a good match. I feel like you're perfect for me. I have temperance. I feel balanced when I'm with you. I feel peace when I'm with you. I feel whole. So there's a sense of whole, which is perfect for a twin because it's those two half of a hearts coming together. So they could really physically be feeling it. And I have a world at the bottom of my deck. So I have a feeling this person is coming around again with a different attitude. They're saying different attitude and different behavior. Okay, so is their behaviors changed? How they are talking to you or treating you? They're using the word adjusting. Maybe they're adjusting to this connection. Okay, I'll take adjusting. Adjusting's good. Spirit, please share with me what's going on in this connection. What is it that you need me to know? Reminiscing on the past, joyful moments, so yeah, I can't get either the last conversation out of my head. It really struck a chord. It really hit hard. It really spoke truth to power, whatever. I feel like I have 11:11 on the clock when I'm recording this too. So I'll take that angel number. Thank you, Spirit. That feels nice. Yeah, I feel like I keep reliving something. I'm awaiting for this union. So even if it's coming back around, like I said, we weren't necessarily, I could feel you pulling away, or we've been on again, off again, or we just have been struggling with this particular twin. Is this person finally coming out of some kind of bubble wrap that they have been trying to protect themselves from, the closet they've been hiding in? And either admitting their feelings and showing up with their behavior and their attitude towards a relationship, changing their behavior towards you, being more available, attentive, things like that. So I'm going to go with the feeling of things are about to change. And I'm going to go with this feeling of get ready, because maybe we're on the road to the relationship that's meant to be, the relationship we dreamed of, the road to happiness. And maybe we have just struggled on kind of getting on that road together. Sometimes it just takes a while to both be on the same page. I want to get back to the good old times. We have a good time when we're together. And that is the truth about twins. When twins are working, they're so much fun, and there's such synergy, and there's such chemistry, and you don't want to be with anybody else. That's why. So they're saying that no one understands this connection but us. Not that you need anybody to understand it, but this feeling of friends, family, maybe they have seen us go back and forth a lot. No one understands our connection, okay, but us. And there's a sense of, it doesn't matter who, the only two people that matter are the two of you. But I do feel like family and friends give their 2 cents with, you're always fighting with this person, or you're always butting heads, or they're always backing away, or, one day you're dating and the next day you're not. One day they're in, the next day they're out. So your people around you don't understand the connection. They don't understand the depth of this love. And they struggle with it, trying to help you. because they don't know what to say. They don't know at any given time, are you upset with them or are you in love with them? And you can be mad at them and still love them. So they're struggling with that. And, but you guys are the only ones who know what's really going on. You're the only two that know that this is crazy, like what we do to each other, how we are so intense, or how we pine for each other and long for each other when we're not together. It's just a psychic connection that other people can't wrap their head around. I want to plan for the future. Is this person coming back and talking about an investment in time, investing in you, making us a priority, staying together this time, Spirit says. Maybe they're tired of the round and round also. Maybe they're tired of, just this kind of push-pull energy that we always struggle with. Spirit, please share with me what else you need me to know in this connection. Twins have a hard time. No one can tell you what to do. Don't take advice from somebody who doesn't believe in this connection. Okay, somebody says you're wasting your time. Move on. And you can't wrap your head around moving on, in a sense, because I don't want to move on. This is the person I'm supposed to be with. I'm in love with this person. And I know we're supposed to be together. We just haven't figured it out yet. And it's like, I want help with figuring it out. But we both have to learn lessons. We have to keep going out there, learning new lessons, trying harder, and then coming back together and sharing that change. That's why they said attitudes and behaviors, because they're helping you to change. I have a Fool. We're going to start over again. We might not even be separated right now, but maybe we need a renewal. Maybe we need a recommitment. Maybe we need to up our game, take it to the next level, make plans for the future. I have an 8 of Swords. I need to let down my guard. I need to let you in. I have an Ace of Pentacles coming back with an offer. There's something about their behavior that is shocking. I'm going to say they've been keeping a close eye on you. And I heard that so clearly out of the shadows from Spirit. And I just feel that it's Spirit's way of letting you know that whatever shadow has been hanging over us, whatever cloud maybe you feel like we're coming out of that. Maybe it's the sunshine and the rainbows after the storm, but this person is coming out of the shadows. They're coming out of that closet. They're coming out of that holding back energy. I have a High Priestess. Maybe they're trusting their intuition, whether they know it or not. Maybe they're going to say, I'm just going to follow my heart. Maybe they say something like that to you. You know what? I don't know what's happening here. I don't know who we are. All I know is I love you. I can't stop thinking about you. My head just replays our conversations. And I'm just going to follow my gut. I'm going to follow my heart. And if anybody wants to judge me for that, they don't know what I feel. Nobody knows what you're feeling but you and your person. It's a 2 of Cups. I don't feel this way with anybody else. I know that. I have a Knight of Wands. I have a 3 of Pentacles. And I have a Knight of Swords. So here's this feeling of I have to fight for you. Maybe that's where the coming out of the shadows is, they've been keeping a close eye on you. They have been, holding back maybe up until now, trying to figure out what their feelings are. But I'm going with I have to fight for you a little bit harder. I'm going to do that, whether it's I put more time into this or I give you, I give you what you want. Maybe just let's talk about our future. Let's talk about where we're headed, something like that. Let's get some charms. Maybe we'll get some clues with the charms and see. No, let's get some initials first. Let's do that because those might connect to you faster. Okay. So I'm going to do first initials, last initials. Maybe you'll get your person's spelling of a name, person on your mind. So this might be a confirmation for some of you. And I'm just going to get a handful, lots of dice. And I'm just going to organize these. I have an N. Let me get my little, where is it? Let me see if I can do it with this. I don't know if I can do it with this. I have a G. My fingers are faster. I have a J. I have an S. I have a P. I have an F. I have a B, J, O, R, V, K, K, A, Y. I have an O, and I have a Q. So for some of you, those could be definitely connecting you. All right. So first initials, last initials. Maybe some of you got lucky and spelt a whole name. Spirit, what else do you want me to know about this connection today? Twins have a hard time standing still. There's a lot of movement in a twin connection because there's a lot of energy. So I do feel like this person is struggling just a little bit with, where do we go from here? Spirit, please share with me some really honest feelings, maybe some depth. Dishonesty. I will withhold information from you for my own benefit. Maybe they did that. Maybe you caught them in a lie. Maybe it wasn't that they didn't lie to you, but maybe they didn't tell you something. And that's a form of a lie. They held something back. So that's a form of a lie. I have a gift. I offer something from the heart, an unexpected blessing to brighten your path. I feel like you're a gift to me, and I took you for granted. I feel like I should be looking at this connection as a blessing instead of it's hard work, or this is high maintenance for me in some way. I should be grateful that I have you in my life because some people have no one, let alone somebody who's this dedicated to me or who's never gives up on me or keeps trying. Collaborate. We are aligned in our purposes. Let's combine forces and help each other succeed. So twins are brought together for a purpose, specifically. Okay, maybe you haven't identified what your purpose is yet. Maybe they're saying mission. They're correcting me. It's a mission. Okay, Spirit, thank you. Twins are brought together for a mission, they're saying. So it's we have a reason to be together. And maybe it hasn't been revealed to us yet, Spirit just said. So we could be struggling with that. Like once it's revealed to us, maybe we have that bond of something that we're sharing, something that holds us together because we have this combined mission. I have desperate. I'm in a bind and don't know what to do. I may be acting irrationally. I could have been pushing this connection away for other reasons too. I'm financially struggling. I'm worried about work. I don't have enough hours in my day to get what I have done. I can't handle one more thing on my plate. Not using those as excuses, but I feel like sometimes life catches up to us. And if we're on the brink of I'm in or out, sometimes you think if I'm out, my life will be easier. And it's the exact opposite. Your life becomes harder. So you've got somebody who is realizing that my life isn't as good as it is when you're in it. So that could be going on. But life is hard. Sometimes people have so much on their plate, they just can't even think straight, let alone communicate their feelings all the time about their relationship. So they have a hard time with that. I have my heart is opening to love and guiding me back to you. I do believe that. I do. Whether you are in a separation now and we find each other again, or we have just disconnected recently for a while, and we just need to kind of get back together and feel closer again. This person is somehow coming out of the box, coming out of that closet and recognizing what's right in front of him for the first time, him or her, I should say. So there's this sense of, I am trying so hard. I have karmic ties. Past lives are influencing our connection. I've lost you in other lifetimes, and that makes me afraid, and I need to heal the grief to allow the love to bloom. So maybe their subconscious is, in our last lifetime, you died young, you died in childbirth, you died unexpectedly, and I was heartbroken, and I can't handle that again, So there could be our ancestral, path that I struggle with. I still have some old wounds that I'm still working on. But right now, I feel like I am trying, is what I had just said a moment ago, and I am trying to identify where this hurt and pain is coming from. I have a union. We must remember that we are gods and goddesses and work to embody that energy. Absolutely. That we have been brought together for a reason. Okay. So that's important. We incarnated together to clear specific patterns from our ancestral bloodlines. So sometimes we have to break a pattern, the pattern of, I'm not going to be the runner in this connection. I'm going to stick. I'm going to stay this time. I'm going to push through the fear. I'm going to work through the pain. Something like that. Surrender. Surrender brings us together faster than resistance. I love that. I love this feeling of, I'm going to surrender to this love. That feels the closest to, I'm coming out of my shadow, or whatever what its spirit has said. I have it quoted. Yeah, out of the shadows. I'm going to surrender. So that's going to lift that veil. That's going to lift that cloud away from me. I want to know everything about you, but I hold myself back from asking. I'm afraid to get in too deep. I think we're already in deep. I think that other people can't see what we have, and they don't understand what we have. And I think that that's part of what's going on here also. Somebody's trying to give their 2 cents, giving their opinion. Somebody's trying to interfere in this connection. So you're the only 2 that know how deep you are and what you have. So nobody can tell you what you're feeling. I think you're beautiful inside and out, and I see the light that radiates from your soul. I feel like even when we're struggling, you're still the most beautiful person to me. You are my person, Spirit just said. So even when we're struggling, I don't want to be with anybody else. I just want it to work with us, is how it's feeling. I guess keep wanting to try again and again and again. So there's that going on. Let's get some charms. Let's see if we can get some clues about this connection, or just some other guidance. So here's this beautiful heart bowl, my magic scoop. And I'm just going to go over here and get a few. Okay. So this says PM. Okay, a reunion at night. Maybe we talk at night. Maybe that's the best time for us to talk. Okay, so some kind of nighttime call. I have a Aquarius energy. Aquarius. I have a, let me see. What is this? It can be any sign, like I said at the beginning of the reading. So these are just a couple of clues. I have Gemini. I have the letter S. Okay, so I have some flowers, watering the flowers, a watering can. We have to try. We have to water the flowers for the flowers to stay blooming and to stay healthy. Maybe we haven't been watering the flowers. Maybe only one person has been putting in the time or the energy. It takes two. So we have behaviors and attitudes changing. My garden, I have to water my garden. So a little bit of that going on. I have the letter A. I have another row. No, I have a cat. I have a cat in my garden. Somebody has a cat. Maybe it's an outdoor cat, okay, that hangs out outside and lays in the garden. That sounds cute. What is this little guy? I think it says I love to read. So I feel like that came into me not so much as books, but I'm reading everything that you write. I could be reading everything that you're posting on Instagram or Facebook. I'm reading. I felt like I was reading. I read every message over and over again. Maybe I'm, reading. I've saved them all, and maybe I'm scrolling and kind of overthinking them. But I feel like I'm rereading things over and over again. I have a cowboy. It looks like a boot. I'm gonna go with like, did you really give me the boot? Like, did you really kick me out? Are you really gonna kick me out of this connection? It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like it's just a misunderstanding is probably too vague, but I feel like it's just another episode in our kind of story, that we have a tendency to do this. We always find our way back together again, is how it just came into me. So somehow, some way, we will reconnect and it will get better. I have a cat and I have a wishing upon a star. There's something going on with me with the definitely the cats, but the nighttime, the PM, and the stars. So you may hear from this person, late at night, early in the morning. It's still dark outside, so maybe they are up endless nights, sleepless nights, and they decide in the wee night hours, to call you. 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, they wake you up. We got to talk. My head is spinning. I can't get you out of my head. This is crazy. Something like that. So there is a feeling of we always find our way back together. And I do feel that. So here are my beautiful charms. And let's get some final messages. I feel like we're going to be okay in the big picture of life. I feel that we are, we're learning. Unfortunately, we're learning as we go. And, I don't know how long we're going to do this. But at some point, I feel like we're going to get our act together and we'll just stay together. So it's just a matter of time. But I think we're both getting tired of the back and forth or the push-pull energy, and that's not working either. So somebody has to change their behavior and attitude. I'm making my way back home to you. I definitely feel that. I definitely feel like somebody is trying to figure things out and trying to come home. Meet me in my dreams. I'm dreaming about you. I'm thinking about you. We're telepathically connected for sure as a twin. You're the only one that makes me feel this way. I don't want to be with anybody else. I want to make us work. I want to figure us out is how I feel. I don't know how to do that. I've never had this intense of a relationship with anybody before. I've never felt this way for anybody before. So I have nothing to compare it to. And when I go and I talk to other people about it, they don't understand what we have and what we're going through. You will always be my angel. A little bit of I will always love you. I'm watching you from afar. I felt that right from the beginning. They said, keeping a close eye on you. So this person is not that far away. If you are, separated for some reason right now, they are not, they are literally by your side. Spirit just said, energetically, you're the love that was made for me. And one more, please. Could you ever trust me again? That's something we need to talk about. Twins go through a lot. They go through things that other people can't even fathom. And somehow they survive. They're like the cat that you throw up in the air and always lands on their feet. So somehow the twins always survive. They always find their way back to each other somehow. So I'm going to put this out into the universe. I'm going to ask Spirit to guide you both. Whoever your twin is, whatever this out of the shadows is, I feel like it's a good thing. I feel like that's the change. That's the shift in the energy. They're not hiding in the shadows anymore. So that was, to me, was the biggest kind of aha moment in this reading. And this feeling of wanting to come home to you. I'll take that also. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you are new to this channel, please consider hitting that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you get notice of new uploads. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate all of them. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website, kathymamolinspsychicmedium.com. Also, if you would please check out my other channels, my main channel, if you aren't from my main channel already, check that out. I'll put the link in the description below, and check out my pick a card channel with some different types of pick a card readings. You may enjoy those as well. In the meantime, we'll ask Spirit to guide you both, and we'll see you again real soon.